Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Live Wire. We're live. Let's get the day started. Mirko Krokop was talking to Ariel Helwani on Octagon News. Shout out to Octagon News. And he was basically complaining about how USADA treats former UFC fighters and current UFC fighters and how they're quick to accuse you of using steroids and PEDs. But when it comes to recusing themselves, or rather apologizing for their false accusal, they're quick to disappear, man. Pull a joker out on you. Disappearing act right now. Stay quiet, all of that. Now I don't understand why they do that. I think it sort of diminishes their credibility. Another case, Josh Barnett. Josh Barnett has been out of work for 2 years. Turns out that his positive test from I think it was way back when, it came back as a false negative. Same with Crow Cop. Okay, not the same with Crow Cop. Crow Cop actually had a positive test, but since he left the UFC and competed in Ryzen, they didn't have a problem with it. Turns out now that he wants to go to Bellator and compete there, it seems like USADA has a problem with it. Why? I don't know. I don't understand why they would have a problem with that, given that USADA signed a contract with the UFC, with Zuffa, not Bellator. Meaning whatever happens in the UFC is the UFC and USADA's problem, not Bellator, not the sport of MMA. He went to another organization, right? And it just so happens that this organization, they not associated with USADA like that. He doesn't have a state case with his PED test, so
Rules for a Japanese card.
Who did you say?
Pride rules.
Paid rules. Pride rules.
Pride.
You're,
Pride rules.
you're killing me over there, Braveheart.
Josh Barnett and Mirko Krokop are both legends, and both of them had to adapt to this new USADA thing, despite the fact that it effed them over really bad. I mean, Josh Barnett has this wrestling gig in Japan, so I'm pretty sure that's been paying him, but he hasn't worked for 2 years purely because of this test. He hasn't worked in his chosen profession, something he's known for all over the world. He is a goat, one of the goats. He's a great, and he hasn't worked for 2 years, along with Mirko Krokop. I mean, he left the UFC, went to Ryzen. Nobody had a problem with that. Now that he's in Bellator, all of a sudden USADA wants an issue with him. I don't understand. Why is it that USADA is picking and choosing its battles over who should follow the rules, even though they not following the rules? Or maybe there is no rules for them to follow in terms of how they encounter these issues. You know, I mean, is there rules in the UFC for them apologizing for possible false flags? You know, I don't know. I think the UFC should intervene. I think they should play the big brother role and come in and finally tell USADA, listen, I get we pay you to test these people to catch out the ones who are cheating. But the ones who aren't cheating, who get these false positives, you need to apologize to them. I mean, you put their livelihood in jeopardy and you didn't even bother to apologize. These people get paid to do something dangerous and you just gave them a layoff, and now you don't want to apologize. Let me know what you guys think. Maybe I'm being a bit too emotional. Again, shout out to Octagon News and Ariel Hawani. Like, comment, subscribe, and I am out.